Good morning, everybody. Are digital green bonds the future of finance? This is a topic that Guénolé de Cadoudal, representing Credit Agricole, CIB, and I prepared for you for the next 10 minutes. My name is Bernard Nicolay. I'm passionate about finance and education. I'm a former banker working with BNP Paribas and Credit Suisse. And for the last 5 years, I lecture in 3 universities in Brussels and in Paris, Solvay Brussels Schools, Dauphine, and CNAM. I also invest personally in seed and pre-seed in fintech, but we are not here to talk about me. We are here to talk about you, Guénolé, and I will let you first present yourself and the Credit Agricole CIB, please. Welcome.
Thank you, Bernard, and thank you for having us. So I'm Guénolé de Cadoudal, as it was said, and I'm from Credit Agricole CIB, the CIB branch of Credit Agricole. And I lead a group that we call the Digital Asset Group that foster together the energies of the entities of the Credit Agricole that works on digital assets in order to be able to deliver services to large clients of the institution.
All right, thank you very much. That's very clear. To what extent do you believe at Credit Agricole CIB that sustainability and digital are very important for you and for your clients?
Sure. So obviously, Credit Agricole is a bank that is very committed to the energy transition, that has made a commitment to the net zero by 2050. And for this also focuses on helping our client to find strategy to make that transition possible. On the other hand, digitalization is everywhere, and in particular in the banking sector, which is accelerating its transition. The blockchain technology, which is the focus today, is one element of that digitalization. And we believe it can bring a number of benefits, such as the simplification of the processes, trust, and the traceability, and particularly traceability of the use of funds. However, the road is still quite long and heavy, and we need to raise awareness. That's what we are doing today, I guess. And we have to develop the capacity, the knowledge, and the competencies within the various organizations, ours, obviously, and the clients' one also.
All right. Let's take now a practical example, please. Last June, Credit Agricole CIB, so your company, together with SEB from Scandinavia, you helped the European Investment Bank launch its first ever digital climate awareness bond. So can you remind us first who the European Investment Bank is and what they wanted to achieve together with you?
Yeah, sure. And thank you for asking, because that was quite an interesting project, to be honest. So the European Investment Bank, for those who don't know that, is the financing arm of the EU. And so they focus their funding to the action in favor of the climate. So it's quite normal that they look into that area. And since 2020, approximately, they have started a number of initiatives to test the blockchain technology for financing projects and for financing their activities. And they came to us in 2021 and with the project of please issue a green bond, but on a green blockchain and a public green blockchain. Because obviously issuing a green bond cannot really be well suited on a technology that has a brown color, let's say. So we had to design and to find a way to create what they called a green blockchain, whatever that meant. So we did that with the Swedish bank SEB, and obviously with our custodian, the team CACEIS. So it was really a teamwork over a period of 18 months approximately.
And relating to technology more specifically, which tech platform did you use?
So we had to build a new set of technology, but I think it's also important to mention that this kind of subject is not only technology, it's also operational and legal framework, and it's not the least of the work, to be honest. So first we had to build this new green blockchain, okay? So we've created a new climate-friendly consensus for that blockchain. We call it the proof of climate awareness. I'm going to detail it later. But it's a versatile, generic blockchain layer, right? So there is nothing on there specific to bond issuance or to finance activity. So on top of that, we had to design sorry, I'm a bit lost. So yeah, on top of that, we had to design an operational framework, and we wanted to have that in such a way that sorry, I'm lost. So we had to design an operational framework where all the actors could cooperate to process the life cycle of the bond without intermediary. That was the really focus point of what we are trying to do. So obviously we have this underlying layer of generic blockchain, but we wanted also to have a kind of, not really a DeFi, but at least a decentralized mechanism for managing the bond processing.
All right. Hence the need to use the blockchain in this specific case.
Yes, particularly. Yeah.
But apart from technology, you partner with the Luxembourg Stock Exchange, which is very much specialized in green bonds. And based on that and your experience, what have you learned together with your clients? You might want to cover tech, maybe a little bit because you've covered that a lot, maybe legal, but more generally, business case opportunities and challenges. And I think that we will then close with the last question after that.
Okay, so so what did we learn? We learned quite a lot of things, but the first thing is that the tech is not really the issue. I would have loved to be able to discuss more and to present you more the proof of climate awareness, but you will be able to find that online. There is a great paper that describes the mechanism. What we also learned is that the legal framework is still a heavy work to be done. The legal teams have been working on these new type of laws, and they had to raise their awareness. So we were in a kind of competition between the speed of the need of innovation and the carefulness of those that protect the banks. The other important element is the fact that the benefit of the blockchain and this type of setup will only come when there will be enough scale of activities. So it means that the sector needs to invest. And for that, we have to find ways to foster a convergence of the work of the actors in order to share the investment between the various actors and to develop something that everyone can use. So that's really the word for standardization now.
No, that's great in terms of learning. And maybe a last question for you. What would you recommend to finance professionals, supervisors, regulators, and academics interested in the field of sustainable finance based on your experience? In 2 or 3 words, please.
Yeah, so the word of the end. So I think to those who are doubtful today, I think I would say get involved in projects. Put your hands on the subject, try to understand, because we've seen so many people not very sure what this technology can bring. Some say it's a technology in the search for a solution, but I think when we see people hands-on on it, we see people starting to be excited and understand really what the potential is. It's a bit like internet at the beginning.
Okay, thank you very much, Guénolé de Cadoudal from Credit Agricole CIB. Thank you very much for your practical insights, and thank you very much, the audience, for attending. Do not hesitate to connect further during the conference.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.